Hello, and welcome back to Learn English Podcast 360, a podcast for slow, practical, and easy-to-use English listening practice for everyone. Today, I'm really happy that you are here, that you are taking time for yourself, for learning, and for your personal growth. This podcast was created for busy people, people who work, study, and take care of their lives at the same time. Maybe you don't have a lot of free time, but you still want to improve your English every day, even if it's just a little. If you're listening to this episode right now, that means you chose to learn instead of letting time pass without thinking. And that is already a very good step. Today, we're going to talk about a very important topic, not only for learning English, but for life in general. Before we begin, if you find today's topic helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who is learning English. Don't waste your time. It sounds a little serious, right? But don't worry. I will speak slowly, use simple words, give examples, share story, and give you very small tips, so small that you can use them starting today. What is time, really? Before we talk about wasting time, I want you to stop for a moment and think about this question. What is time to you? For many people, time is just a clock, a calendar, something that always goes by very fast. But if we look deeper, time is actually your life. Every day, you have 24 hours. No more. No less. You can't buy more time. You also can't borrow time from tomorrow. Every minute that passes is a part of your life that is gone. So when we talk about wasting time, we are really talking about wasting a part of our own life. That sounds heavy, right? But don't worry. The purpose of this episode is not to make you feel pressure or guilt. The purpose is to help you become more aware, more gentle with yourself, and smarter about how you use your time. What does wasting time mean? Many people think, if I'm having fun, then it's not wasting time. If I'm tired, I need to do something to forget. That is partly true. But wasting time is not about being happy or not being happy. Wasting time means this. You use your time on something that doesn't help you learn, doesn't help you grow, and doesn't help you truly rest. Let me give you a very common example. You pick up your phone just to check one message. Then you watch a short video. Then another one. Then you read the comments. Then you move to another video. 30 minutes pass. You put your phone down. And how do you feel? Not happier, not healthier. You didn't learn anything. You just feel tired and maybe a little regretful. That is wasting time. I want to share a small story from my own life. One evening, I planned to listen to an English podcast for about 15 minutes. I told myself, just 15 minutes. Then I'll go to bed early. But before opening the podcast, I picked up my phone. I only planned to look for a moment. What happened? 45 minutes later, I was still scrolling. I didn't remember what I watched. I didn't remember the content. I didn't remember the reason. I only remember one clear feeling. I wasted my time. That night, I went to bed late. The next day, I felt tired. And I didn't listen to the podcast, like I promised myself. The saddest part was not the 45 minutes I lost. It was this. I didn't keep my promise to myself. Awareness, the first key. After that day, I started to change one very small thing. I began to notice how I felt after doing something. After listening to a podcast, I felt better. After studying for 10 minutes, I felt lighter. After mindlessly scrolling on my phone, I felt empty. And then I understood something important. Not all activities are the same, even if they all kill time. Some things nourish you. Some things only take your energy away. Now, let's move on to the practical tips. Tip number 1. A very small daily plan. The first tip is very important. Create a very small plan. Not a big plan. Not a perfect plan. Just small and clear. For example, today I will study English. That sounds good, but it's too vague. Instead, try this. Today I will learn 3 new words. Today I will listen to a podcast for 5 minutes. Today I will read 5 English sentences. So small that you can't say you are too busy. I call this a plan you cannot fail. For a long time, I forced myself to think, every day, I must study English for 1 hour. What happened? I gave up very quickly. 1 hour doesn't sound like much, but when you're tired, it feels very heavy. Then I changed my strategy. Every day, just 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. Something amazing happened. It became easier to start. I quit less often. And on many days, I studied more than 10 minutes. But most importantly, I was no longer afraid to begin. Tip number 2, choose only one voice for a period of time. This is a very common mistake when learning English. Many people do this. They listen to this podcast, watch that video, change voices all the time, and use too many sources at once. What is the result? The brain becomes overloaded. You don't get used to any voice. Everything always sounds strange. So this tip is simple. For one period of time, choose only one main voice. For example, listen to only one podcast for 2 to 3 weeks. Listen to only one person who speaks slow English. Listen again and again to the same voice style. At first, you may feel a little bored, but after a few days, something magical happens. Your ears get used to the voice. You can guess the pronunciation. You understand more, even without trying. It's like listening to someone you know well. You don't need to focus too hard, but you still understand. Use fewer sources, but listen deeper. Getting familiar with a voice is more important than listening to many voices. Tip number 3, make English enjoyable. If learning feels like a punishment, your brain will try to escape. So don't only ask, what should I study? Ask instead, what kind of learning do I enjoy? Do you like music? Stories? Slow voice podcasts? Use what you enjoy to learn English. Tip number 4, make English the background sound of your life. This tip is completely different from sitting down and studying. I call this smart passive learning. You don't need to understand everything, take notes, or focus 100%. You only need to let English appear often during your day. For example, play an English podcast while cooking, turn on English while cleaning your room, listen while walking slowly. You don't need to understand every sentence, but your brain is getting used to the sounds, remembering the rhythm, recognizing familiar words. After some time, you will notice, oh, I've heard this sentence before. I've heard this word many times. That's when English no longer feels unfamiliar. Learning doesn't always have to be stressful. Sometimes you just need to keep English closer to you. Tip number 5, identify the time thief. There is something very dangerous. It is always close to you. Your phone. The phone is not bad, but it can become a time thief. A time thief is something that takes your time but gives nothing useful back. The solution is not to hate your phone. The solution is to set boundaries. For example, use your phone only after studying. Turn off notifications for 30 minutes. Keep your phone out of reach while listening to a podcast. Tip number 6, stop earlier while you still want to learn. This tip may sound strange, but it is extremely effective. Normally, when learning English, we try to study until we are tired, until we can no longer focus, until our brain says, enough. But I want you to try the opposite. Stop while you still want to learn a little more. For example, you plan to listen to a podcast for 10 minutes. At minute 8, you still feel okay. Instead of forcing yourself to finish and feel tired, you choose to stop. The reason is very simple. Your brain will remember the feeling of I want to come back, not the feeling of I was forced. The next day, you will feel less afraid to start and not see English as a burden. This tip is especially helpful for people who often quit halfway, people who once studied very hard but later burned out. Don't study until you are exhausted. Leave a little interest for tomorrow. Tip number 7, pocket time. Now, here is a concept I really like, pocket time. In your day, you don't always have one full free hour. But you do have 5 minutes waiting for a ride, 7 minutes waiting for food, 10 minutes before sleep. That is pocket time. Many people throw this time away by scrolling on their phones. But what happens if you use it for English? 5 minutes repeated many times becomes a lot. One English learner once told me, I don't have time for long study sessions. But I listen to podcasts while washing dishes, while walking, while waiting for the elevator. After a few months, that person noticed better listening, faster reactions, and no more fear of English. All thanks to pocket time. Your time is very valuable. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be a little better every day. 10 minutes a day, if done consistently, can change your English in just a few months. Thank you for spending your time with Learn English Podcast 360. You are not wasting time. You are investing in your own future. See you in the next episode. Use your time kindly. And be kind to yourself too.